Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. My name is Noy and I'm a Customer Experience Manager here at monday.com. And I'm really excited to be here with you guys today for our basic marketing webinar focused on the strategic planning of your marketing team tasks. Today I'll be diving into some of the powerful tools that allow our platform to be used to build out and enhance your marketing workflow. The webinar will be structured as follows. I'll be showing some of our main features and how they can be used for a marketing use case for about 30 minutes, and we'll then break for a Q&A session for the final 30 minutes. Keep a good note of the questions that you have throughout the webinar so you can ask them in the Q&A section at the end. So let's quickly discuss what we'll be going over in this next hour. In the first half an hour, I'll walk you through our marketing plan template, explaining some of its capabilities and the ways it can be customized and enhanced for your own work needs. We'll discuss the communication possibilities that you have, how to search and filter throughout your board and account, and we'll touch on the amazing automations, views, and dashboards that we offer towards the end. I'll give you the tools that you need to get started, and hopefully I'll be able to spark some inspiration for your use of monday.com for marketing. The last half an hour or so will be dedicated to a live Q&A with your questions as well. So one of the main questions that I would like to address before we get started is, what is monday.com and what can it be used for? Well, monday.com is a work operating system that powers teams to run projects and workflows with confidence. And it was built with a few main goals in mind: to increase transparency, accountability, collaboration, and empowerment between teams, and to make working more enjoyable while doing so. With this being said, one of the most amazing things about monday.com is that it is a fully flexible and customizable tool that adapts to you. So while I'll be focusing on a specific marketing use case in today's webinar, the platform can definitely be adapted and customized to suit your own needs. With this said, let's hop right into my own monday.com account to take a closer look at how to get started with using monday.com for the strategic planning of marketing tasks. So welcome to my monday.com account. Firstly, I'd like to go over the core and heart of our platform, our boards, which you see right here. This is my marketing plan board. A board is a place where all of the information from your projects, tasks, and workflows are located. Because the platform is super customizable, you can use a board to manage basically anything, whether it's a content calendar like I have here, creative requests as I have here, email marketing campaigns, or really anything else. However, today we'll be focusing on the marketing plan board, which I have set up right here. We have 3 different types of boards in monday.com: main, shareable, and private boards. While all of these boards hold the same kind of structure, the difference between them lies in the access level that each of them have. So main boards, as my marketing plan board is here, you can identify it by this symbol. Main boards are automatically visible and accessible to all the users on your account. Shareable boards, on the other hand, which you can identify by this symbol here or here, are used for sharing with people outside of your team or organization. For example, if you want to share your board with clients, freelancers, and interns, that you want to be part of a specific project but not have access to all of your account main boards, a shareable board is the board for you. And lastly, we have private boards, which you can identify by this lock symbol here, which is for projects or workflows which you don't want to share automatically with your team, as they provide access only to the board creator and the specific team members that he or she choose to invite to this board. You can invite other members to this board by pressing up here. Awesome. So now that we have a basic understanding of the different types of boards that we have and the accessibility levels that they each offer, let's dive into the marketing plan board, which we'll be exploring today. So I'll just open up my left pane, click on marketing plan. So as you see, I have my marketing board fully set up, customized to my liking, and basically ready to use. However, I'll show you how a template of this board can be added to your own account within just a few clicks. So to add this template, simply open up your left pane, and you can press add here or next to any folder of yours. So you can press add and new from template and see more templates. This will take you to the template store where you can find many marketing templates as well as others from a variety of different verticals here on the left side. So simply type in marketing plan or find it here if it's recommended for you and press use to add it to your account. And after a few seconds, you'll have a super useful marketing plan board ready in your account, which you can then adjust to your own needs. Voila. I want to quickly emphasize that every template that we offer is fully customizable. So you can always go in and change things up according to your own preferences, just as I have done. So I'll just get back to my marketing plan board that I previously added to my account, which I have already gone ahead and customized. Amazing. So this board, this marketing plan board, is super helpful in managing your marketing strategies and creating a high-level plan for the year ahead together with your team. It can be used to plan your budget, to identify and select your audience, set goals and metrics to measure by, and ensure that you're reaching your deadlines all together at once. Let's explore the way that this board is structured in order to manage the different aspects of your marketing strategy workflow. So firstly, you can see that this board is split up into different groups to identify the quarter in which each initiative or strategy is taking place. Each one of these are a group. So quickly, what is a group? A group can be whatever you want it to be that will help to organize and categorize your board into different sections according to your own workflow, just as I have done here with quarters. So while today we've chosen to group our projects by quarters of the year, as you see here, if you have lots of projects in a quarter, you may decide that splitting your board by months, weeks, or anything else is more suited for your workflow. You can simply change the title of the board and have it say whatever you want, such as January. If you want to show months, you can have it really symbolize any kind of categorization in your board. You can see here that under each group, there are several different rows, which we refer to as items, which again, you can make into anything that you want it to be. It can be a task, an action item, a client, etc. And in this case, the items on my board represent the different initiatives or projects that my marketing team and I will be working on throughout the year. You can see all of the different items within each quarter. Within each item, I have another layer of information within my sub-items to display the different steps required to take in order to complete each one of these projects. Sub-items are super useful as they allow you to add another layer of granularity to your workflow. So let's take a look again at the sub-items within the competitor analysis item on my board. These sub-items really allow me to break down this project into smaller, more manageable stages and to have it be super clear where this whole project is standing. So to add a sub-item, you can either right-click on an item and press Add Sub-Item, or you can click into the left side menu for each item and press Add Sub-Item. Great. Let's now go over the columns on this board, which you can see here that go vertically down my board. The columns are the main tools that allow you to customize your board, to organize and structure and display all of your data. As you can see here, I have a few different columns set up already, which I can then go ahead and change if I want to, or move them around by dragging and dropping. So here I have a people column, which I can use to assign responsibilities to my team members, just as I have done. This column is great to help create accountability and to track who is in charge of what. You can even assign multiple people if you wish, as you see here. I can even go ahead and add others as well and remove them like so. By using the people column, my team members and I will all know who is in charge of each item, or project at all times. When you assign a task or project to a team member, they'll receive an immediate notification both in the platform, email, and mobile app. So they'll be instantly aware of anything that they need to get done. Next up, you can see here that I have a status column. When I click on one of the status labels here, I have my 3 default labels set to done, working on it, and stuck. But if I click on add or edit labels right here, I can then go ahead and customize the additional labels or the current ones that I have to make it whatever I want it to be. So for example, let's say I want to make the gray label haven't started yet. And I can also add in a blue label that says need assistance. You can really go ahead and write in whatever status label that you want. You can even customize the status label to show anything else, whether it's different categories, phases in a project, or to even indicate priority as I've done here, or the source and channel as I've done here. These are all the same kind of column. The status column, they've just been customized to display a different type of data. To the right of this status column, I have here a timeline column, which allows me to set a range of dates, as you see here, that a project is meant to take. And this corresponds directly to the timeline view, which we'll get into a bit later in this webinar. By clicking here, you can go ahead and change your dates if you want to in this nice calendar pop-up view. Another cool thing that I've done here with the timeline is I have it set up to deadline mode, which you see here. I can see very easily if an item has been completed on time, overdue, or if there's time left for it to be completed. The way that deadline mode works is that it connects a date or a timeline column to a status column of your choice in order to provide you with this very visual display. You can just go ahead and enable it or disable it directly from the column menu. I have next another status column, as I showed before, which was customized to show priority. I have here a long text column, which allows me to go into more detail about the goal for each of my projects or initiatives. I have a numbers column to display the budget of each initiative. I can click here to change the function that's calculated at the bottom or the unit that's displayed as well. I'll keep it with dollars today. I have yet another status column to show the source or channel which each of these initiatives are coming from. And lastly, I have a text column which allows me to map out the different key audiences for each of the projects. Amazing. So by clicking here on the plus sign to add a column, a list of the top 7 most essential columns will appear here for me to choose. If you click on more columns, you'll enter the column center, which you have the option to choose from a variety of additional columns, which we have over 30 of actually, which allow you to really build out your board and workflow exactly the way that you want it to be. I highly recommend playing around with the many different column options that we offer for you to use. Amazing. Now, the next thing that I want to show you guys are the different views that we offer, which can be a really great way to see your work in a different visual dimension. I can click here to access the views section of my board, where I have a few different views set up already. I have a filtered view for my high priority tasks, a chart view, and a timeline view. And these two were already set up thanks to the template that we added earlier automatically. So let's touch on the timeline view quickly. The timeline view gives you a great high-level picture of what's happening, and it makes the dates that you've set on your board much more visual. So it's really easy to see who is working on what and when it's expected to be completed. I'll change it to be grouped by person so I can see what everyone is working on. So by clicking here on the settings, I can choose whether I want to show my deadlines and timeline dates, or only one of them. I can also group the timeline either by person, status, or really some other channels and columns from my board. And you can go ahead and customize any other settings directly from here. Also, if you click on any of the timeline dates, such as here for my plan networking offsite item, I can get a card view of that item, so I can see at a glance all of the other relevant information that relates to this specific project. And I can make any changes that I want directly from here, and of course it will be reflected on my main table as well. Another cool tip about the timeline view is that you're able to adjust the view of it to display the information in days, weeks, months, quarters, depending on what works for you. In this case, maybe quarters makes more sense, so it can also correspond to the quarterly groups that I created on my board. Awesome. So now let's take a look at another view that is automatically set up with this template, which is the chart view. So I'll press here and I'll access my chart view here, which has been renamed to quarterly budget spend. The chart view is a super powerful tool that can provide you with a very visual reporting capability in order to analyze the data on your board and to enhance your workflow. So in this case, the chart was set up to show a breakdown of the budget spent per quarter. But of course, you can go ahead and adjust the information that's being displayed here to show the budget per project, for example, or really any other information that you'd like to display. So now I'm showing the budget per project, but I'll just go ahead and put it back to group. You can also change the chart type from here. We have a pie chart, line graph, and a few other options as well, so you can really customize your board as you wish. Your chart, sorry. And by clicking here, I can go directly back to my main board. And if I click here and press add more views, I'll access our view center, which you can choose from many other views that we have. Again, I really recommend just scrolling through them and trying them out and seeing what can really work for you. Awesome. So now that we've gone over the structure of the marketing plan board and some views, I'm wondering if you've ever been looking for a way to reduce the manual work that you have to do and to automate the different processes in your workflow. Well, with our automations, which are located here, you can do just that. So this is a bit of a more advanced topic that will be covered more in depth in our advanced or themed webinars. However, I wanted to offer you guys a quick peek at them today and to provide an example of how they can be used to enhance your marketing workflow. So I'll just click into the automations center at the top of my board. So in short, our automations allow you to use an event inside monday.com, such as the changing of a status, to trigger an action, like sending a notification in this case. This is done by using predefined automation flows, which are each one of these, which we call recipes, and we've created them for you to choose from. You can also go ahead and create your custom automation recipes, which is a really great feature as well. So by clicking here, you can access the board automations that are on your board already. And as you can see, there actually is a pre-made free automation that came with this template. But let's go ahead and look at this automation recipe that I went ahead and set up before. So this automation is great since it'll notify everyone on my marketing plan board when a project is completed. I'll just click into it to show you how it can be customized. So here I can choose which status column will trigger this automation. So when status changes to done, notify, and here the notification message is written. And then by pressing board subscribers, I can actually choose who this notification will be sent to. Amazing. And if you can see here, I've actually pulled in different fields that will auto-populate from the item that triggered the automation, which is super great in customizing the message as you wish. Again, these will be covered more in depth in our advanced or themed webinars, but the automations are really a great way to put your work on autopilot and to really make your workflow more efficient and to speed up the processes that you have going on. We have lots of options here to choose from. Amazing. So the next thing that we're going to cover in this webinar is communication in monday.com and how our platform can be used to help communicate in context to what is relevant and to reduce the time spent on long, dreadful email chains and meetings. So the main method of communication in monday.com is through the update section, which you can find by clicking here on any item on your board on this little speech bubble icon. So I'll go ahead and press into this one, into my competitor analysis item, which me and my colleague Elisa are working on together. So here I can go in and write any update that I want, any note or comment that'll be directed to this specific project or item. I can type my message here. I can also upload files from a variety of sources, add a GIF to make things more interesting and fun if I want to, or even mention anyone on my account. So mentioning a teammate, like I'm doing here by either pressing this button or simply pressing the @mention button on your keyboard. This feature is really useful because it will notify the team member that I mentioned, and they'll be directed right here to this specific item, so they can see exactly what the message was referring to. So here I'll go ahead and mention my colleague Elisa, since we're both working on this project together, and I'll just go ahead and write, "Hi, Elisa," and I'll select her here. "Can you please upload the initial competitor analysis file? Thanks." And I can go ahead and add an emoji as well to make it more nice and friendly if you want. And by clicking here on update, it'll automatically add the update to the board. Elisa will now be notified, since she was tagged here, in her notification bell up here. And she'll be directed right to this item just by clicking on the notification that was triggered. So she can see exactly what I was asking about. And she can then go ahead and respond and add in any file or message that she wants. Additionally, if I have a really important update that I don't want to get lost in a thread of multiple updates, I can press here on this arrow and press pin to top. So this will ensure that this specific update will remain at the top of the updates list for easy access and to make sure that it doesn't get lost. Amazing. So the update section, which is found here, again, is a really great way to communicate in context of what is important. And all of your relevant information, such as communication and files that relate to each task or project, will be located right here. So you won't have to search through endless email threads or files in your computer to find the relevant information. So one of the other places that Elisa will receive this notification is in her inbox here. So our inbox works much like a social media feed. I actually don't have any updates right now, but basically you'll get all the updates from the boards that you're subscribed to or that any time you are mentioned. So it's a really great place to stay up to date with all of the communication, changes, and updates in all of the boards that you're interested in following. I'll just press here to get back to my marketing plan board. So in summary, using our update section, inbox, bell notifications are a really great way to communicate inside of a specific item, keeping all the conversations about your marketing tasks or projects in the same place and in context, so you can limit time searching through endless email threads. The relevant information will just be located right here. The next thing that I want to show you is how you can search through your monday.com account. So now that I'm back here on this marketing plan board, I can click here to search and filter this board, either by any keyword, a name, for example, status label, whatever it may be. You can also use our person filter to select one of the people assigned on your board. And another great thing that I can do here is create and save a filtered view of this board based on exactly what I want to see. So to do this, I can press on this icon here to filter by everything. And I can then choose the exact parameters that I want the board to be filtered by. So for example, all of the items assigned to me, and let's say all of the items that are high priority as well. And by pressing here, it will save this view for easy access later, and it will be added right here to your view section. So I already went ahead and added this saved view prior to this webinar, and you can see here that it has exactly everything that's assigned to me and high priority. And it's constantly and automatically updated as well. So this feature is really great so you can easily see the most relevant tasks and to narrow down on specific things on your board in a way that makes sense to you. Of course, I can also revert back to my main board that contains all of the information that I have whenever I want. Now, I want to show you quickly how you can search across your entire account, rather than just in a specific board. So by pressing here on this magnifying glass, you can access our Search Everything bar, which will allow you to search for anything across all of your boards. So let's say that I want to see all of the tasks that I'm assigned to. I can just write my name here, and all of my assignments from every board on my account will appear here for me to see. I can also add another keyword here to see both whatever is assigned to me and something that has the stuck label on it as well. And this will really be useful in searching and filtering through a bunch of items across my entire account. We also have more filters here as well if you want to filter your search results by date or by updates, files, specific people, or tags. Amazing. Next, I want to quickly touch on our awesome My Week feature, which is also located here on the left pane. So I won't have too much time to get into this feature, but I just want to show you guys how it's a really great place to see all of the tasks that you're assigned to, organized and broken down by what's due this week, next week, or last week. So this is a great place to start off by checking first thing in the morning to see what you have going on in that specific week. The only thing that you need to make sure to do to see the tasks here is to assign the items through a person column and to add a date or timeline column. And then you'll see it in the relevant weeks, as here. Additionally, you can also follow any of your teammates by pressing here at the top of your My Week feature. And this will allow you to see what assignments they have to work on for the upcoming week as well. So maybe you're a manager that wants to know what your team is working on. You can have the ability to see what each employee has to do this week. So you can see here that I'm following Elisa, but I can also add another one of my colleagues to see the assignments that they have going on as well. Amazing. And lastly, I want to quickly mention our amazing dashboards feature, which I can find by pressing here, getting to my left pane again. So the dashboards is really an amazing feature that'll give you a great overview of what's happening across multiple boards at once. And it's really useful in helping to create summaries, reports, and getting a high-level view of everything that's important to you, as you can see here on this dashboard that I have set up already. So since we don't have too much time left, I went ahead and pre-made this dashboard by adding on these different widgets, which are these building blocks of the dashboards here, to really allow me to get an overview of different metrics across multiple different marketing boards. So although the dashboards are covered more in depth in our advanced webinar, I do want to quickly show you some of the capabilities that they have. So you can see here that I have multiple different widgets to show me different information pulled in from multiple boards. I have here a battery widget to show my total I have a battery widget to show progress across all of my marketing task boards. I can even click into any one of these status labels to get a nice drill down of the related information, which is amazing. I have here a numbers widget to show my total budget spent across all of my marketing initiatives. And I have here a few different chart widgets, 2 pie charts, and a bar graph here as well, to analyze different aspects of my project, such as a budget breakdown and campaign channel breakdown. And I also have here a timeline widget, which allows me to get an overview of the different durations of all the marketing projects that I have going on from multiple boards. By pressing edit and adding a widget here, you can also access our dashboard widget store, which of course we have many, many more to choose from that I won't have time to get into today. But of course, definitely get into these and check out and see what can really help you with reporting and analyzing on multiple boards at once. And finally, I wanted to show you guys a quick way to access all of our helpful resources directly from your monday.com account. So by clicking here on the question mark, you're able to find all of our knowledge base articles, which you can search for here, our webinars, videos, and a contact us button as well, so you can reach out directly to our support. You could even suggest a feature here if you have one in mind. We really love hearing from our customers what you guys are looking for. Amazing. So I'll just get back to my slides quickly to finish off. So here are some of our resources as well. You can always reach us at support@monday.com. We're available on this channel 24/7, 365 days of the year. So thank you guys so much for following up until now. We'll now move on to a Q&A session. So if you have any final questions, please take note of them, and I'd love to see what you guys are asking about soon.